I got an issue in the form validation in Laravel. So let me show you how I fixed it. But the issue is, normally if I don't upload anything like my profile picture and just changing my name right now, yeah, it works right now. But if I try to use any of the image, for example, this one, and I'm just saving it, and suddenly I'm getting this error. Actually, it's a common issue, but let me show you how I fixed it. I'm actually using React as a front end and Laravel for a backend, of course. And I'm also using Inertia.js to communicate between backend and front end. So let me show you what was the issue. This is my image uploader component. This is where I have the input field. This is where I upload my image. I'm using the onChange to trigger this function. When this function is triggered, I'm actually storing that image file into this variable. And if there is no variable, it will just return from here. But if it has the image file, it will just pass this image into this onFileSelect parameter, which is actually a destructured props. And it will actually receive this file from this parent component, which is this one. Actually, this is that component. And this is how I receive that file from my image uploader component to our parent component. I'm actually using the arrow function to set that file inside the profile image property, which is here. Initially, the profile image is null, but when we open the image inside that input, it will have that file from here. But when we press the submit button, it will trigger this function. But this submit function is actually responsible for sending our data to the backend. But it has some issues. Normally, if we try to upload any image files or any files for that matter, we can't actually do that with patch or put, because typical file uploads usually happens with the post request, right? But patch, put, delete, these things cannot upload those files. But when we go inside this web, you can see that we have the route for patch only. So it can't actually work with a post request. So even if we change this to post, it won't work because the patch is only for the changing particular area of the field in the database, right? So in order to use this effectively, before we do anything, we need to make sure all of those data are inside this data object, right? Because we have name, email, and profile image. All of this data must be inside. Only then we can send it to the backend, right? So we need to make sure. That's why I did this console log right here to see if all the data are existed on that. And I'm going to upload an image from here. And I'm going to just write any of this stuff and I'm going to send this. And as we are getting the error, okay, but let me go to the inspect element and check the console log for this. As you can see, we have the object here. And of course, we have the image file here, right here. And also we have the name and all of the data are actually inside that data object. It's only not sent to the backend. That means we have to handle this properly. For that, I will also show you the backend for now. Actually, this block of code is actually responsible for storing the image and also the URL to the database, right? So as you can see, if this code block runs, we will actually log this message. We did submit the form many times, but we are getting different ones because I also have a different log from here. But this log is not actually executed because the data is not actually came here. It's not actually looking for the image, but if it has the other stuff like the name and email, it will just update because that data does not need any of the image stuff, and this operation may not necessary for it. It just ignored it and directly run that other operations. But we need the image as well, so we need to handle that properly. For that, we need to import inertia router instance right here, and you use this router to do method spoofing. We will make it appear to look like a post request, but under the hood it would be like a patch request. So we can receive the file to the backend, and but it will look like a patch request. That's it. So let me show you how we can do this. First, we need to remove this patch keyword and enter the router and dot and post. Okay, now it's a post request, but then again we need to use this underscore method and make it appear like patch request, and we must use this forced form data. This should be true. We need to spread this data in this block. We shouldn't use it right here because the data itself is like an object. Our backend may not be able to recognize it properly, so let's just take this data and spread it inside this block. Okay, now let's check the results. Now let's try again. We can just choose any of our image right now and change any text like this and save it. Okay, now it appears to be like the request has been successfully sent to the backend. To make sure of that, I will go inside this Laravel log and check the results. As you can see, we have the profile image object found. That means this block is actually got executed this time. That's why this log is actually recorded in this log area. And also, if you look at the data, it actually changed and the file path is actually uploaded here as well. And I hope this helps you guys, but if you think that I'm making any mistakes, you can feel free to correct me as well because I'm also learning. And thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.